Ardell in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. This is the Jersey Boys Sports Talk presented to you by the Sportscast. It's August 10th, 2023. If you haven't yet, please subscribe in all our channels, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Apple Podcast. You can also listen to us on your smart speaker. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please leave a rating and a review. It will help us out tremendously. We're also on online radio. You could also visit our website, thesportscast.net, and follow us on X, the Sportscast One, and on Instagram, the Sportscast One. Check out our app, the Sportscast for iOS App Store. Well, I am not Victor Rocho, but I am Santiago Leon. Victor is on assignment, but he might be coming in this hour, so you might be done with that assignment. Join us, co-host Byron Jones and guest Kevin Tyree. Welcome to the Jersey Boys Sports Talk.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Evening.
Good evening. So, Byron, how's the weather up there? Is it humid as here in Florida, like Kevin and I are experiencing?
No, we got the rain now.
It's brutal,
which is good.
man.
It's cool.
The other day, I went, like Eric, matter of fact, the guy hopefully calls in. I went to go see his son. His son is like, little guy, 5, to go watch some practice. So I'm standing out there on the field. And you can see it started getting dark. And I mean, dark. And they had like tornado watches around here. Next thing you know, I looked at him. I waved. Man, I started, allegedly, he said I ran across the field to get out of there, but I ain't running too fast anywhere. Jumped in the car. And by the time I got in the car, the streets were flooding all over the place over here. I mean,
wow.
A lot within 10 minutes. I had to go in like one of the stores, Aldi's. I went to go in the store, and as I walk in the store, all my back got wet. The front wasn't wet because it was coming from behind me. And by the time I got in the store, the security guard locked the door because all the water was coming inside the store.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
wow.
it was pretty bad for a minute.
Well, you came back alive for the show.
Yes, I swam back.
Kevin, it's been humid for us. I felt the heat a lot this past couple of days, this past week or two. How have you been handling the humidity here in South Florida?
Stay out of it. Try to stay inside as much as possible. Man, it's brutal, bro. I'm talking about. I mean, last month was bad. I know down here the hottest month is August, so I know it was going to be bad. I mean, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. Stay inside, as Kevin said. Byron, once you walk out of your house here in South Florida, you start sweating in a second.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, this past weekend was a Hall of Fame game and the events, inductees. Kevin Tyree was in Canton, Ohio this past weekend. Kevin, tell us your experience. And I know one of our favorite players, Zach Thomas, was inducted. But how was your experience up at the Hall of Fame game?
It's if you're a big NFL sports fan, history buff, whatever of the game, it's amazing. I mean, and you need more than one day to take it all in because it's so much stuff.
Aren't they adding on to the stadium over there? Because that's one of the things I heard, like the Benson Stadium.
Oh yeah, they already did it. Now they have on the not to the stadium that I could see. It looks like on the outside of the stadium. This is my first time going, so there some people that I went with. They said that they had been there before. Looks like they put like restaurants. They have a Don Shula restaurant, not steakhouses. It's like a sports bar type of deal. Yeah, like a downtown Disney. Yeah, outside of the stadium. So they're making it more of an experience where it's not just like a one-day experience. It could be a year-round experience,
Okay.
It's a whole day affair, whole weekend. How was our boy Zach Thomas? How was the whole ceremony for him doing? It was
awesome. It was awesome. He did his thing, man. He did his thing. He got choked up when you mentioned Junior Seau because Junior Seau was his idol. I guess when he was coming out of college or high school or whatever. So he got kind of emotional there. But overall, it was a pretty great experience to see all of the old Hall of Famers and all of the old football players. Period. There's a lot of different players there. It was nice, man. It was nice. I suggest everyone go.
Did the Jets take over? The Jet
Oh
fans?
yeah, they did. They did. They had we were like, no, they had what's the guy with the fireman?
Fireman Ed.
Oh my gosh, he had it going. He had him going. Oh yeah, he was there. He had him going.
That guy's been around for decades. Wow.
Yeah, he's a big guy too, man. Not a little guy. Not a small guy at all. Probably about 6'4". Big guy.
Big dude.
Mm-hmm.
Also inducted was Rondé Barber, Darrell Revis, linebackers Chuck Howley, and of course Zach Thomas. Pass rusher DeMarcus Ware, offensive tackle Joe Thomas, Joe Klecko, defensive lineman, and longtime coach Donnie Corral. It was a good class, I would thought. I mean, I think you enjoyed it, right, Byron?
Yeah, I'm still gonna cry about the stuff I usually cry about, but it was a good class. It really was.
And of course, the Browns won that game, I believe.
Yeah, the only win they probably have all year.
We saw a little bit of Deshaun Watson, of course. No Aaron Rodgers, but I heard Aaron Rodgers was doing a good job coaching from the sidelines.
Still trying. Thanks.
Yeah, he got the first long pass that Zach, Wilson threw. Yeah, that came from him, and that worked out. But it's preseason game and everybody's fighting for a job. So, he was my choice again. Victor, bring it up later on, for offensive rookie of the year. But we see how Zach Wilson that didn't work out at all.
Before we head off on this Hall of Fame, Kevin, was the Dan Marino there? Did you see him?
I did not. They say he was there, but I did not see Dan Marino. I did take a picture with Richmond Webb.
Okay.
Yeah.
What year was it?
Richmond Webb?
Yeah. What years or what period of time he played?
I don't know what period of time. I know he was in Dan Marino's heyday. As after Richmond Webb and what's the guy? The other guy, the guy. So they were like Pro Bowlers, consistent Pro Bowlers. The Richmond Webb and I can't remember the other guy named 68 or 69. I can't remember. And they protected his Dan Marino's blind side,
I gotta check it out. I'm not
sure.
Sims. Okay.
Sims. Yeah.
You remember him, Mr. Byron?
Yes, I do. Great player.
Yes, he was. He was. He could be considered for Hall of Fame. I don't know. I don't think so.
Can we get Jim Marshall in first? I'm gonna bring that up again. Can we bring him? Can we get him in first? Then he's another guy been waiting 9,000 years.
I know, right? Yeah, that's all. It's all. Well, I wouldn't say it's political, but it's a little. It's
who you know.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And how much you pay?
Yeah.
No, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
No, I'm kidding. I'm starting conspiracies. Anyways, we got another guest tonight, all the way from Philly, Eric Winters, Sr. Welcome back to the Jersey Boys.
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's
Good.
up?
We haven't seen you since the Super Bowl.
Oh man, listen, you want to throw shots? I just got here. He would kick me in my knees, and I just got here. Like
that's the other guy that does that. That's Victor.
I'm trying to play Victor's role, so.
Oh, okay, all right. You doing?
I guess I'm doing a good job. So, Eric, you're an Eagles fan. What's going on in the offseason? What have you heard?
Well, I mean, you already know what we did in our draft. Everybody watched it to a certain extent. Now it's just time for those guys to perform. And Jalen is going to be Jalen. It's just for those that know. So there's nothing else to say.
Do you think they have all the pieces together to go all the way to the Super Bowl, or?
I do believe so. We definitely have one of the toughest records that we have to go up against. But iron sharpens iron, right? That's what this is about. You want to play big boy football, and everybody know real football not played until the snow hit the ground. So.
Well, they wouldn't know anything about that down in Miami, but
not at all. Not at all.
Listen, I respect everything that Miami's doing because the way that they put their team together. My older brother Saul, I wanted to invite him and I totally forgot. But next time I'll make sure he's there because he's like he has a chapter of some type of podcast, and he's the president, and he has this whole crew of Miami fans. And I definitely send you the invite from my brother because
Please.
he probably gonna grab you up too. Anybody that represent the Miami Dolphins, he loves them. He loves them down. Like he just everything Miami Dolphins. So
hey, that's me.
okay, so I'll make sure you get his information because he's definitely gonna recruit you. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Eric, so are you sympathetic for Miami? You're saying?
No, I'm not sympathetic for him. It's just I just understand. My brother talks to me about them all the time. So, and he's been a fan since Dan Marino was a rookie. So there it is, out of Quipper. So a lot of people don't know that, but we just gonna leave that where it's at, right?
Right.
But like far as the Eagles, I mean, listen, it's back to the NFC East. Everybody's gonna be watching us to see what's going on, and it might just come down. And unfortunately, if you got any Cowboy fans on here, it might just come down to the Giants and the Eagles. A lot of people are looking at it.
What?
Everybody keeps talking about Magic Johnson and what he doing, but that's just what I'm saying, like that's Magic. Magic makes stuff work, but they already got problems over there in Washington, and I don't even want to get into all of that.
With Eric Bieniemy?
We are
in Washington. Yeah, they got problems with the coach. The coach is he going in there, running his mouth, and them players ain't going for that.
Them grown men making a whole lot of money. This ain't college.
Players not going for that. He right. They grown men. See, the thing is, he's still stuck in the past of how you used to do things. He got to catch on to what's happening. Otherwise, they're gonna walk him right out the door. Now we also understand why he was never a head coach because he don't respect the game. You know what I'm saying? He respects the X's and O's. I get that, but he don't respect the game for the players that's being played. All those young men that's in the league currently right now earned their way there.
Yeah, you said the key word men, not boys.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna be the old school guy right now. I'm gonna break it down.
Go ahead.
Break it down.
When I played, back in high school, we used to get dog cussed like you couldn't imagine by some of them coaches. And as I got older, I started coaching everything. Then I realized that if the coach doesn't say anything to you, it's a problem. That he doesn't really care, about you. And
I'm about to hit you with something.
But
our wives probably have said, Coach Byron,
what?
It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah, I understand it. But as a man, if they had an issue with what Eric Bieniemy said, they should have went to him as a man and said, hey, I don't like the way you're talking to me. That's the way you handle it behind closed doors.
That's the old way of doing it. But you also know that the prisoners run the asylum.
Yeah, I
know. they don't have to go to the coaches no more. They go straight to upper management.
Yeah, but
that's straight to the media.
And you know what, Ron Rivera, as the head coach, has said should have turned him around and said, "Oh, what do you come? Did you go talk to him first? Go talk." That's he's the head coach.
I think
that shouldn't even got to him.
With every great individual and all great minds think alike, at a certain point you either gonna have to adjust or move on. And at this point now, he's gonna have to do some type of adjustment. We all have done it.
But he's won 2 Super Bowls. He's been, and he was in 5 AFC championship games and 2 Super Bowls.
Hold on. You said he won 2 Super Bowls.
And he was part of it.
Andy Reid.
Man, he partied. He was part of it. He
rode on the bus.
Yeah, he might have rode on the bus. He might have rode on the bus, but he was there.
He rode on the bus. That don't mean he paid.
Man. You also have to understand that he hasn't won anything in Washington yet. So them guys not gonna buy in. The guys in Kansas City, they bought in because they winning games and winning Super Bowl. You can do that when you win.
Andy Reid was a big component of that. Right. Like, let's not get it twisted. Andy Reid was here with us. 4 NFC championship games, 1 Super Bowl appearance and loss. Like that's his record speak for itself. What has Bieniemy done other than run his mouth?
Oh man, you're being a hater right now.
I'm not. I'm being real.
Oh, that's
that's that division, boy. That's the division fire.
Oh no. That's what we do, man. We always
okay. Here, Eric, I'm gonna ask you a question. When you play football, I know you have.
I have.
Have you ever had a coach cuss you out?
Yes.
And how did you respond?
I didn't, because that was the way of the world at that time. I understood that my scholarship resided on that. I understood that my playing. The worst thing that you could do to a player of any sort of any sport is take their time away from them. Why?
Yeah.
Why can you do that? Is by not listening. See, the thing is when a coach speak to you, is either he's speaking to you because he care enough to say something, or he don't care enough not to mention how you can get injured or hurt. Most coaches care about the X's and O's, but they really care about the player enough to say, hey, I'm getting at you because I care, because I see something in you. That's what eventually it come down to. Then you got some, and we know some, that just like to run their mouth, full of hot air. You know what I'm saying? Like, if all 4 tires go flat, he's still trying to drive down the street. Like, come on now.
So what should Ron Rivera do with the situation? Should he tell Eric, cool it off, or have Eric, be Eric?
If I'm Ron Rivera and I'm the leader of the whole situation, what I would do is bring him in, and I would say to him, if you don't see me act in that manner, if you don't see me acting that way, because at the end of the day, when you speak the way that you speak, you're a representative of me. And if you can't represent me correctly, then they go to the door. It's just that simple.
What do you think?
But
when there's too many Chiefs and not enough Indians, you know how that go.
Yeah, but they knew.
I mean, I'm sorry, Native Americans. My bad. Do not inbox me on that. I ain't trying to hear that.
But they knew the kind of person, because you don't think these guys talk with them 32 teams. All these coaches talk and all the players talk. And they know that this guy had this kind of personality. They knew.
They also knew John Gruden had that type of personality. Where's his double? Where he at?
Everyone knows.
He down there with Carson looking crazy.
Yeah, but that's a different thing. The whole situation with Eric Bieniemy should have never made it to the media. That was Ron Rivera's fault as a head coach to put what's in house outside the house. That should have stayed amongst them.
Like I said, you can't stop that because social media is what it is now. Like, this might go viral. You know what I mean? Like, you might say something on here and then they be like, oh yeah, Kevin said this. And you be like, I didn't even say that.
I didn't.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it can go viral and on anything because, people know how to fix these things where, you're saying stuff that you're saying. Like the thing that happened down there, and I don't want to get too far into this because it's
okay, show. Eric. Keep talking. I like it.
But the thing that happened down in Alabama. Now, most people, I'm gonna say Coach Byron's age and above, and even my young self looked at that as a serious situation. But then you got the young generation; it's all jokes and laughs. It's fun until the rabbit got the gun. You see what I'm saying? Like,
true. But
they're playing on Instagram about these chairs, talking about people got to get licensed to carry chairs now. Like but it was a serious situation though. Like if we all sit back and look at the whole thing as a whole, it was a serious situation. But that's what I'm saying. This generation don't look at it that way. The generation look at it as all fun and games till the rabbit got the gun. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna leave that alone because it ain't got nothing to do with sports.
Santiago.
Yeah, go ahead, Kevin.
My wife brought down the t-shirts. Can I want me to show them now?
That's it. Yes. So guys, Eric Kevin went to the Hall of Fame game last week in Canton, Ohio.
I kind of heard it. I mean, I'm in all of this guy right now. He got the glow.
Like huge Miami Dolphin fan, loves Zach Thomas, and he has a shirt. Zach Thomas t-shirt. Oh, that's beautiful,
Zach
man.
Thomas.
Then you turn it around.
All the names.
Got all his stats.
Okay.
Zach Thomas was that guy, though.
That's one. Okay. And then this is the Legends.
Yeah,
Legends.
2 shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Pro Football Hall of Fame, Miami Dolphin logo. Love it.
It's got all of the Hall of Famers.
I like that one. If you guys don't see
what's
it.
Amazing about Miami, though? Nobody has yet to break that record that Don Shula pulled up.
No one, yeah.
No one. Now. Like Common came pretty close. Like when they had Randy. When they had Randy that one year.
Nobody
has.
And who beat them that year?
Oh, that was a Giants.
Here
I
we
give it
go.
to you.
Here
There we
G-Man.
That
go.
was the head
Hey.
catch.
He still caught it. That's all that mattered.
Hey, do you
don't-
run
hey,
commercials?
man, I'm not complaining.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's quite crazy. So back to Eric Bieniemy. I mean, do you think he'll improve the offense with the Commanders, or we don't know?
He only gonna take what Andy Reid gave him. I'm just being real with you.
Sometimes
He
that
only
don't,
gonna take what Andy
sometimes
Reid
that don't
gave him.
transfer though. Sometimes that does not transfer. Look at Belichick.
Yeah,
You know, his players who left from his,
all his
none of them had
disciples.
any
You right.
success. None of them
Yeah,
had.
because most of those coaches that left Belichick tried to be Belichick with that tough guy stuff. Matt
That's what he
Patricia,
doing.
Joe
Basically, that's what
Judge.
he
Joe
doing for a
Judge.
reason.
The only one that didn't really do it was what was the guy? The African American guy. I can't think of his name. He was.
Oh, that's the guy that got fired, right? That's the guy that got
Flores,
fired.
Brian Flores.
Yeah, you go.
Flores.
Well, he ain't do
Yeah,
good.
he was with y'all. What happened with that? Let's talk
He
about
had to
that.
go, man.
What
Yeah,
Tough
happened down there?
situation with tanking.
Yeah,
Thank you for Tua.
it's complicated. So
So is
we
it
got-
true that Tom
Well,
Brady
time.
wanted to be a part of your situation up top, like
I
in
thought-
the front office?
What I've heard, it was close that he wanted to come to Miami, but
He lost a first round pick.
because of that, right?
That ain't
For
your
tamp-
first time.
For
That ain't your
tampering.
first time that happened to you guys. Because y'all lost one because of Tunsil. What's his name? Tunsil, the left tackle, the one that was
Was it
supposed to
Jeremy Tunsil Byron? What's his name?
Yeah.
That was the offensive tackle that you
Nah,
had.
they didn't lose it. That was the one where he dropped. I think he dropped
Yeah.
to them.
He's smoking
Oh,
a
okay.
bomb.
All right.
He dropped
Yeah.
down to 13, but that was a blessing in disguise because we got a whole lot for it.
Yeah.
Laramie
I know
Tunsil.
one thing. I like y'all coach, man. Y'all coach is very that guy. He's very into.
Mike
He
McDaniel.
know what he's doing. Like he's like what's the name of the coach that was with the Rams?
Sean
Dick
McVay.
Dick Rivera?
Sean
Sean
McVay.
McVay. He's the new
Oh,
Sean
okay.
McVay. He thinking of a lot of stuff way before his
He's
time.
a sports nerd.
Yeah, I like him. I like him
He's
a
like
lot.
a Belichick, I think.
No,
very
he way
nerdy, but
cooler.
also
He way
quirky.
cooler than Belichick.
I win some Super Bowls.
Well, that's the thing. Can we win with this guy?
That's what we need.
I don't know. You got listen, man. You got the cheetah. You can do anything except for when it's cold. Because
We'll see. Oh, by the way, four of the last 5 games on our schedule is in Miami. So
Okay, perfect.
December curse might not get us this year.
We're going to the playoffs, Byron.
You guys got to protect Tua, man.
Of course,
You guys got to protect that guy, man.
Of course.
And I've heard good things about like the O-line is doing pretty good for the Dolphins, so some good positive stuff. So this weekend, tomorrow, Giants and Detroit play in Ford Field in Detroit. Looks like for the Giants, edge rusher Kayvon Thibodeau could suit up. And Jalen Hyatt might play as well. Tyrod Taylor will start as quarterback, but no Daniel Jones.
What?
Saquon Barkley, Waller. What are you guys' thoughts? We'll start.
Hold on. What is going on over there?
It is preseason, Eric. You
It's
can't expect too
preseason.
much.
It's preseason.
Oh, okay. Yo,
Ain't
I'm
that
sorry. I'm sorry. I heard you wrong. I thought we talked about the first game of the season.
Oh.
Nah.
No.
Like,
I would say you in
What
regular
is
season
going
mode.
I'm ready to skip all of this because they just.
But you have to
90
have
guys,
these games.
Yeah,
It's unfortunate that you got to watch 90 guys fight for their lives when you know damn well they're not even gonna keep. They really don't want any of them. Tell the truth.
Majority.
They really don't want any of them. They just throwing them out there for the show and go.
What
Like-
percentage did they cut? Like 90% of them?
Don't they do their first cut like after the
The first cut is probably in a couple weeks.
No,
No, but how many do they cut
don't do
out
that
of the
anymore.
90?
They don't do the cuts anymore. They cut at the end of training camp.
Really?
Yeah, they don't do that. That's what I think I heard. They don't do the.
I think you're right,
They
Kevin.
don't do the
I
cut.
think
They
you're
don't
right.
do the cut down anymore.
Because it used to go from like 90 to 75 to
Right.
60 to
Yeah, that's
53
the
or whatever.
old way of doing it. So how are they doing
And
it
that
now?
last week they had to be at 53.
Oh, so
You know,
they just
you-
want to cut you in.
Got
Cut you quietly.
Some guys are fighting. for playing for other teams. You know, when they get cut, then
You're right,
teams,
auditioning. I get that, but
then you
Okay,
got
there
then
you
you
go.
got then you had a practice squad. You know,
Okay.
so it's a lot of ways to get in where you fit in.
Okay, so there is a rule change for this year. There's now just one date when teams must get to 53 players. This year will be a Tuesday, August 29th. Players can be traded or cut before August 29th, but there's no rule requiring teams to gradually
that's
make
new.
moves anymore.
Wow.
that's
Yeah, they
cold.
just changed it.
That's
They just changed
cold-blooded right there.
No, because
That's cold-blooded.
you figure, okay, you hold on to the guy as long as you can.
it. Right.
You know, you don't know what, like in practice, you know, and you can mess around, make the team, you know, because of, you know, practice, you know,
Might get
a
hurt.
practice player. And
Football,
you
might
might
get
get, you know, picked up, or somebody gets hurt, or, you know, get traded to another team, or get cut.
Right.
You know, a lot of stuff can happen.
Yeah, because like what's number 9, Santiago? It's Ignabo or
For Miami or for what team?
the Dolphins.
For Dolphins, number 9. I'll
Jalen,
look it up on Mr.
he's
Google.
benefiting from Jalen Ramsey getting hurt because he was definitely gonna
Noah
ignore
Igbenogany.
How long is he gonna be out? How long is Jalen gonna be out?
It's like
all the way to
December.
December.
He just got there.
No,
Yeah,
he
he
tore his
just-
meniscus.
And he just got hurt.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's out till December.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You think he gonna come back?
Yeah,
No, I'm not talking about him physically. I'm talking about the Jalen that we know. Do you think that
That's what
guy
he
gonna
said.
come back?
That's what he said. He's confident.
Well, with knee injuries, a lot of these players come back stronger, right,
Yeah.
Byron?
Yeah, they do. You know,
Yeah,
'cause
but
you figure-
he was a cocky some. Yeah, he was. No, if we listen, he was the guy. I'm looking at the guy that's in Jacksonville. I ain't talking about the guy that won the Super Bowl. Like I'm looking at that guy. Is that guy gonna come back, or is he just gonna take the check and roll like your last corner did?
You have to be extremely, extremely confident to play that position because, you know, come on, man. Think
Well,
about
let me ask you this:
all the great
Do you-
cornerbacks. Deion,
Do you believe that he's a Hall of Famer?
Who,
Do
Jalen?
you think he'd be a potential Hall of Famer?
Yeah,
He's heading towards it.
he's heading toward it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trending that way.
Hmm.
And he's
I
still
would say
young.
so.
He's 28 years old. He's still got
We'll talk about it after this knee injury.
What do you think about Jalen Ramsey? You don't think he's good enough?
I don't know. Like before the knee injury, yeah, like he was shut down. After the injury, you're not the same.
Oh, okay. Here, I'm gonna throw the Eagle thing out there. So, which one of the corners is better than Jalen Ramsey on the Eagles right now?
You talking about big play Slay?
And-
Go ahead, say it with me. Say it with me. Say it with me. Big play.
No. My question was:
Wait, come
is-
on, say it with me now.
Is
Then you
Slay
pivoting.
is Slay and Bradbury better than Jalen Ramsey?
Yeah, after this knee injury.
No. Right now.
Right now, this
Right
current
now?
second.
Right now.
Yeah, I said after the knee injury. After the knee injury, yes.
So you're saying Jalen Ramsey is a better corner than those? Well, no, he's worse than he's not as good as the other two.
We're gonna find out. I hope that he get
Jalen
back to
Ramsey.
full. No, hell no. I'm I'm only joking. Like I'm hoping that he get back to his old self because he put in the work, man. That guy, man, I admire everything about him. Just his moxie for who he was down in Duval County. So
Jacksonville.
and you know what? Isn't that y'all in-state rival?
Nope.
Yes and no. Not really. Maybe
Won't
for
play
them.
enough. Won't play 'em.
But we do lose against them in the playoffs, right, Kevin? A lot.
We only played them like once, I think. They beat us pretty bad. That was Dan Marino's last game.
Yeah,
You
that
look
game
Dougie
was
P down there, he might change some things around. He might set the spades table up. I'm telling you.
Oh.
Dougie P don't play.
I know about Jacksonville, that high-tech urinal that they have. Did you guys read about that?
What?
I have not.
They have like the $120 million training thing, whatever they have, and they have a urinal that when you pee in the thing, that if a color come up saying green, that you're hydrated. Yellow, you need a little bit of water. You know, you need some more water, and then red, better go see the trainer for some IV. And their urinal. Look it up.
That's actually good. What happened
Does
when they
it do
smoked
drug
weed?
testing?
I'm about to say that.
That's what I was sitting there
What happened
thinking.
when they smoked weed?
Because if they know that when you're peeing, and then I don't know why we talk about this, but
It's okay. It's the Jersey Boys.
when they're peeing, Okay, so I guess it's like hooked up to the trainers. So now, with a drug test, you go to pee in the thing. It's like, yeah, he get ready to get the.
Yeah, he puts
and
the
it's kind of
hole through
weird
the
about the
cup again.
whole urinal thing.
We paid a lot of money for that, Byron.
Yeah, shit, I bet you they did.
More than your house.
We're state of the art facilities in the NFL. All right, so Tyrod Taylor, is he one of the best backup quarterbacks you guys have in the NFL?
In the league?
Oh, yes, in the league. Yes, he is.
In the league?
Yeah, I would think so.
In the world.
What about that kid from Baltimore?
What kid?
Oh,
I forgot his name.
Henley?
Oh, yeah.
Henley?
I like him.
That's Jackson. Yeah.
Tyrod Taylor has been a good quarterback for a long time. People just haven't realized that. You know, he's with San Diego. He was whatever they're now.
Is he good or is he sound?
He's really good.
Is he good or is he sound? That's the question.
Well, you're a backup quarterback, so you got to be sound.
He won't lose you a game like the other ones we had.
Right.
Okay.
He can win you a couple games. Yeah.
Okay. So he do his job. He come in and do his job.
Did he get Baltimore in the playoffs? No.
Tyler Huntley? Close. I think he was a game off.
I like Huntley. I like Huntley a lot.
Is he better than Lamar?
No.
No.
Yeah. You definitely need that urinal.
Is that Josh Johnson another one?
Yeah, he's the third string quarterback for the Ravens, Byron.
He's been like he's been like 13 teams, some crazy amount of teams.
14 different teams. You're close.
Yeah, there you go.
You talking about Josh Johnson, the one we knocked out?
I never heard of this guy.
I never heard of him.
Got knocked out in the divisional playoff. What?
Yeah, when they played
time.
When they played the 49ers.
He played for San Francisco last season.
Yeah, he was the second quarterback that went out.
Well, they do pretty
back. You know, that's what we
really,
do.
Really decent, money wise.
But look at all the teams. look at all the teams this dude's been with, man. Oh my God!
The league, he's been
almost every team in the half the NFL.
Yeah, 14. Yeah, 14.
Well, he's not a bad player. He just made bad decisions. Do that make sense?
But just look at every team he's been with and just say check, and I don't mean check mark. I mean check, money.
And who's the Los Angeles Wildcats?
Yeah, he definitely not broke.
Put it this way. He has the best agent probably in all of football because he keeps getting him a job and he's 37 years old. So he has a great agent.
Keep him employed.
Hey, he's doing it smart. And who knows? He's probably investing money into franchises.
And he's been steady since what, 2008 all the way to now. That's a
He's
long
not
time.
a bum though. Y'all saying it like he's a bum.
That's a good career. That's a good.
He's a few million in the bank.
Yeah.
Good career. Good career. He averaging probably about $3 million a year.
Yeah.
So he's doing decent. He's doing really good.
Even
I've never heard of this guy before in my life, though. I'll tell you.
Now I do remember him because he played for San Francisco in the playoffs against the Eagles.
There you go.
And I remember he played for the Giants.
He got escorted right out the game as soon as he came.
Yeah, he wasn't out there long.
No, he wasn't out there long.
He wasn't out there long when he got hurt.
Did the check clear yet? All right, time to go.
Oh man. Well, that is for sorry, no video here. So we got that game tomorrow. Then we got the Jets and Panthers. We have no Aaron Rodgers for the Jets. Panthers will be starting Young, and Jets also will be starting Breece Hall.
Did you guys do that?
Bryce Young and Breece Hall.
He's so little.
He is.
He's like a baby back there.
And Hall will split between Donovan Knight, Israel Abekanda, and Michael Carter. Abekanda led the backfield last week with 27 yards and a touchdown. The Panthers will see wide receiver Adam Thielen, the tight end Hayden Hurst, and others make their debuts this preseason.
Man, listen, call it what you want. That white boy bad. He's nice.
Adam Thielen?
He is nice. Yes, he's nice. I thought we was going to go after him, but I guess not.
Former Minnesota Vikings player.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, before Justin got up there, he was the man.
Yeah, he was for a long time.
Yeah, he was the man.
I guess they got to spread that money out, so that's probably why he got the boot. because they're gonna have to pay that kid like real soon.
I'm about to say he
Jefferson.
got it all on his teeth. You seen his teeth?
No,
Oh man, he paying off mortgages with them things, man, one at a time. He got diamonds everywhere. I said, Jesus.
So, Eric, a lot of people are saying the Jets, even Pyron, and I think Victor's saying it too, that the Jets might finish up top in the AFC East. Where do you project them to go?
Are you talking about mushrooms, eating Aaron? That's what we talking about? That
Perhaps.
guy? All right. You saw what happened with Brett Favre, right?
that's different. That was a different case.
No, listen, they followed the
different
same path.
That was a different time. That was different.
Are they not following the same path?
Kind of, sort of, but yeah.
Did he get kicked out of Green Bay?
He did not get kicked out. They asked to leave.
Okay, so if they ask you nicely, or they kick you the hell out, it's still the same thing.
No, it's not. They asked it's like, going when you go inside a store, when they ask you to leave, instead of just calling the cops on you, they just ask you to leave nightly. That's the only thing that happened.
But the terrible part about going into that store, you had money in your hand. No, we don't need your money. Keep going. They kicked him out. No, I don't know about Aaron turning that franchise around. The defense of that coach that came from the 49ers, I forgot how to say his name.
Solid.
Now, his defense is solid. Aaron, I'm not gonna put on my cards on him. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, like I said, he could change his mind at the drop of a dime. He did it his last year in Green Bay. He really don't have no reason to play. Let's keep it 100. What is he there for?
$70 million over the next 2 years.
Okay, that's cool. But once that money dissipates and he he don't look like Aaron, then what?
Then they move along.
Because the first thing he's gonna say is I can't throw the ball and catch the ball myself.
No,
dropping the ball.
This is what he's complaining about from yesterday. He's complaining about the offensive line. That he
started with them?
Yeah,
well, you already know how that go in football. You complain about the offensive line, you get the Olay call on 2. Ready, break.
Kevin, how far do you think the Jets will go?
Well, I'm a Dolphin fan. I hope they go nowhere.
Wow,
I hope they're number 4.
That was a strong.
That was a strong.
Right there. I hope they're number 4.
Wow.
Well, that could happen, right, Byron?
Period.
What, the Jets?
Yeah.
No, that's not gonna happen. The Jets are gonna win the division. I already picked the Jets to win the division.
I'm gonna make a prediction about the Jets.
Go for
the quarterback. What's the quarterback that played last year name?
Zach Wilson.
He'll be starting mid-season.
No way.
Because of what? Injury?
No.
There's no way he's gonna bench Aaron Rodgers.
Well, okay.
For that guy.
Okay. I was right about what was I right about in
I don't know either.
You better make up something.
No. Which because Victor, I got Victor on that one. I'm gonna hold that card forever. I think it was the Eagles. It was the Eagles beating the 49ers. And I was holding that card and he laughed at me. He laughed me off his show, actually. But then he had to put his tail between his legs and say, you know what? You are the Kung Fu master.
He picked San Francisco to
win? He laughed me right off his show. I got to go back and go find it. But when we won, he was like, you are the man, Leroy. And I said, yeah.
So he picked San Francisco. Victor did. To win.
He picked San Francisco. Yeah. I said the Eagles was going to win in a blowout. And then next thing you know, Purdy got hurt. Mr. Immaculate, he got hurt. And then he was like, oh, well, it's because Purdy got hurt. No, when you block one of the best defensive ends in the league with a tight end from God knows where, what do you expect?
Gonna be problems.
What do you expect? And you can't blame the Eagles fans for doing what they did because you came to Philly. You know what it is when you come here. It's a lot of nonsense. Let's just keep it, PG. So what do you expect? You block Hassan Reddick. This man has 16 sacks, and you put the 3rd string next to the 4th string tight end on him, and then your excuse is, well, they shouldn't have hit him that hard.
They don't play. What? It don't work like that.
No, it don't work like that. No, it don't.
Boy,
this ain't freeze tag. This is not freeze tag. Those are grown men.
He did hit him.
Running at
He did hit him too hard, though.
It's football, man.
Purdy understood. He said, "You know what? These motherfuckers ain't blocking. I'm sitting my ass down."
PG, man.
Yo, you ever see somebody be like grenade? Like that's what it looked like.
There goes the hit right there.
Wow.
Oh,
And he had to get
He bent that all the way back. Ooh,
He
Tommy gun
looked like it hurt.
surgery. Which he's reported to be back on time.
That's not the suspect that should be. The picture should have been taken of. You should have looked at the tight end face when Hassan Reddick went past him. That's the close up that y'all needed.
Was it this one, number 7?
He had a lot. The offensive lineman so far in the view, he wasn't even close.
Look, that looked like something off of Madden. Like I would put that. Yo, come on, man.
Ole moment.
Ole ain't the word. He probably said something to her about his chick. He's like, all right, this the time right here.
Most of these pass rush, that's why I like to look at early games, like the first 2 or 3 games, because everybody's fresh. These defensive ends are fresh. Offensive linemen are fresh. You know, and the injuries haven't set in. The grind of the season hasn't set in. So them boys be bringing it them first 2-3 games.
Yeah,
well,
you see a lot of fire.
Real football ain't played until the snow hit the ground, though. So that's when you're ready. That's when you want to get off that field with all that snow. Man, look, hey, I love it when the snow hit the ground. I don't know about you fellas, but
we don't.
I don't.
We got 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 in Miami this year. Last 4 out of 5.
So it's not fair that you got to play.
We set up for a
around that time in Miami. Like it's not fair because it's like you going on a vacation. Just imagine playing at Buffalo, and then all right, I got a game in Miami. You ain't thinking about nothing else but getting down there and seeing all the scenery and enjoying that good weather.
What's fair about us playing and stuff like that if we live down here? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
That's your advantage. That's y'all advantage. And our advantage is the heat, humidity, cramping up. You don't want it. You don't want it in the fourth.
Oh, it gets hot.
Yeah.
I went to Disney. I said, "Oh no, we gotta go. We gotta
come down.
go.
Come down a little further. Come down a little further.
Goodness,
Miami's worse.
Yeah, I've been down there. Yeah, it's hot. Yeah,
Orlando's swamp too, but
it's a special hot Miami too.
Oh yes,
and y'all thunderstorms is something else. I said, "Oh Lord Jesus, just let me make it home on a plane." That lightning struck. I said, "Oh, that don't even sound like nothing from where I'm from. That is loud.
Yeah.
Like it was right there."
And hurricanes. That's not a joke.
I never experienced one of them, and I planned in my life not to experience none of that.
I hope you
not
never
as bad
do.
as blizzards, Byron.
It's nothing as bad as blizzard.
What's worse, a hurricane or a tornado?
I would say hurricane.
Gives you warning.
Yeah, tornadoes are kind of out of nowhere.
They just pop up.
Yeah. Or pop down.
Yeah, pretty much.
Down.
Pop down and then pop back up.
But yeah, they're pretty destructive both. You don't want to be in neither, but I think tornadoes are maybe more dangerous not thinking about it and talking about it.
Yeah, but I was in Tornado Alley where, Tulsa, right smack through the middle of the country. And, a lot of those places, there's really nothing there. It's just flat as far as you can see. It might tear, the house or, barn or the kind of stuff, certain areas of, like Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. But, there's still all kind of dangers. We didn't think that was that bad. Like when we had Superstorm Sandy hit Jersey, we had never had nothing like that. I was in the middle. I had to work through that mess. And I'm standing up there watching a big old 100-foot, antennas out there. That thing was leaning. From how much the wind was over there. I was like, it's not a good idea to be sitting down here like this, man. But I had to be out there.
Oh, man.
Another preseason game this weekend. Kevin and I will be watching the Atlanta Falcons versus Miami here in Miami at the Hard Rock Stadium. A lot of these games have,
who plays for Atlanta?
Atlanta, we got Desmond Ridder, who is expected to start. He's a second-year quarterback. He's the main guy that we know of here in my notes. And Tua is expected. Is Ridder.
So
Ridder.
Redmond, or whoever this guy is, he's their starting quarterback?
Yeah.
Desmond Ridder. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
Didn't they draft Bijan Robinson?
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah, they drafted.
Is he
running back.
playing?
Probably
yeah.
not.
Yeah, he's gonna play. Yeah, he's gonna play.
Why? I wouldn't put
Yeah,
my
running back.
No, I wouldn't put it. No, I wouldn't put him out there.
He's a rookie. He has to play.
Oh, he don't have to play if you want to make it through the season.
Are they gonna put him in there? Watch.
He
He might play one or two
coach,
series.
hey, coach, you want to win? Put Booby in.
Yeah.
Gonna play that third game.
But they got to protect the running backs, don't they, Byron, for the preseason?
Yeah, I wouldn't play him till the last game. Like.
But then, how you know if he's a good running back though?
Because you're having
the first game of the season, he can't take it.
No, you'll know during the scrimmages at practice. You'll know because they're scrimmaging other teams. You'll know. You don't want to put all that. He already has a lot of mileage from running the ball at Texas. You don't want to, press your luck by putting them out there.
So here's some
Who
players.
was the last great running back to come in the league out of college?
Saquon Barkley. Saquon.
Y'all didn't even want to pay him. You said his name. Y'all didn't even want to pay him.
The market for the running backs right now, though. Ain't no market. There's no market. It's depressed. It's the stress market.
It's sad. It's sad how they treating them, man.
Yeah, they're treating them bad, and they can go and have meetings and talk about it. They're not gonna give them more money because they're a dime a dozen. You can find a running back.
Their union not even bothered by it.
Yeah, but
That's the funny part.
There's nothing you can do about it. What can you do? Nothing.
Right.
Have you seen this trend before, Kevin, with running backs not getting paid, or this is kind of a new thing?
It's kind of
No.
Before they who's
Zeke was the last one that got paid. Zeke and Christian McCaffrey.
the last one got paid, yeah. But it was before that, like the and I can't remember. It was a time where running backs were getting paid.
Emmitt Smith era.
What time was this though?
The Emmitt Smith era. Yeah, Emmitt Smith. Yeah.
Yeah, but
look, Bird, what his name? Anderson. Running backs like that got paid.
Yeah, but look at what Emmitt Smith had to do when he got paid that 1 year. He sat out 2 games. Complete games. And then he came back against the Giants and ran for like 200 yards. But
was that with his broken shoulder?
Let these guys now hold out 2 games. They'll be holding out for 17 games because they still won't pay him.
No,
because Emmitt Smith was a vital part of that offense.
Yes, he was.
Big part of that offense. So they had to pay him.
Yo, is anybody playing tonight? Oh yeah,
the Patriots and the Houston Texans, and Houston's up.
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think about the job that coach is going to do with Houston?
Belichick? Oh, Houston.
No.
What, D'Amico Ryans?
Yeah,
I think he's gonna do a good job there.
He's gonna be good.
He loves Houston. He played for Houston, and he was like, he turned down the Broncos offer for Houston.
Yeah, let's not even talk about the Broncos because that coach went up there and lit a match and struck a fire. I said, well, damn, that's his first week up there.
I think he forgot he was in coaching and broadcasting.
Yeah.
He was being a little too honest.
But DeMarco Ryans, what do you think, Byron? You think he'll do a good job?
Yes, he will. He's an Alabama guy. Like you said, he played, in Houston, so he knows the area, he knows the fans, and hopefully the owner from that team will let them build it the right way because they got the C.J. Stroud, the quarterback. On offense, on defense, they got Will Anderson. Will Anderson, I loved him from Alabama. Next great pass rusher. So I think they're gonna be, and they have a really good running back. I can't think of the kid's name. That was a rookie.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about.
Like really good. I think Pierce might be his name.
Yeah. Yes. Like a human tank.
Pierce.
Yeah, he's good.
He's like a human tank, dude.
And they have Menchie, the other kid from Alabama. I think he was out last year.
Yeah, he came back because he had cancer.
Yeah, he's back, and they have Derek Stingley Jr. on defense with cornerback. So they're going to be pretty good. They're going to be really good.
And the NFC South is going to be wide open a bit this season.
Shit, what division is Green Bay in?
Green Bay?
Yeah.
They're with the Chicago Bears, Minnesota.
If Chicago Chicago should win that. That's the wide open division.
I think Detroit gonna win that.
Detroit's gonna win that. Yeah.
Detroit's looking
coming
good,
out, bro.
You don't think they're gonna implode? I think they're gonna implode.
Nah, man, they got that coach, man, Dan Campbell. They want to play for this dude. They love that
They're
guy.
hungry.
They love him up there in Detroit. So
Yeah,
I mean, I respect him. I
fire.
respect what he brings to the table. I do. I mean,
A lot of fire.
I'm just
A lot
hoping
of
they
fire.
don't implode.
You got Sam Laporta, tight end.
Yeah. Aiden Hutchinson, the big giant defensive end outside linebacker. Yeah,
He's
they're
He
loving
huge.
did his thing. He definitely did his thing.
So that's kind of why a kind of wide open division, I would say, Byron, in a way.
Super wide open, right?
We'll see.
Like I don't trust Jared Goff. I feel that way. I just don't trust him.
Because I think they drafted the quarterback. Was it Herndon Hooker? Herndon?
Hendon
Oh yeah,
Hooker.
the dude from Tennessee, right?
Yeah,
That's right.
I think they drafted. So this
That's
year
what
probably be like a red shirt, like a red shirt year kind of sort of for him.
So that means he's gonna take Jared Goff's place then. They
Next year.
changing the offense as we speak.
Next year.
And Hendon Hooker is coming out of an injury, right, Byron?
Yeah, because he's the one that
Yeah,
hurt
but
his
he was
knee.
the man at Tennessee.
Oh, he was the man at Tennessee. He was good.
That's
If
what
he
he
hadn't
heard.
got
I don't understand him.
if he hadn't got hurt, he probably would have been a first round pick.
He was decent. He was decent.
He was good. He was really good.
ACL tear, right?
Yep. That's about a year injury.
Yeah, take about a year to get back.
Yeah. Well, he's
Yeah,
going to
2
be
years,
with
really good.
Bates, Hudfeld, Adrian Martinez, and Jared Goff in the quarterback ballpen.
Yeah,
So-
Jared Goff out of there.
He's a bridge quarterback.
Yeah, for Hooker to take the job next year.
Well, Victor says he's at the baggage claim. He's in the airport. I don't know if he's going to make a phone call while he's Ubering back home, but we're kind of out of time.
Oh, you telling me I beat Victor here?
Yeah.
What? What? You know, he always tell me come on time, bro. Like always
Victor's
call
slow
me.
walking. I think he heard that Eric was coming tonight, so you didn't want to go on the show.
He want that smoke. He ain't want that smoke.
Well, hey, Santiago, I'm gonna kick Eric for Victor right now. You know that the Eagles signed 2 linebackers. Are they a little upset? Yeah, they signed Zach Cunningham and they signed Miles Jack, who used to play with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
That's not so much of a kick. I think that's more
Miles
of just
Jack.
that's a kick in the behind.
I didn't.
No, I'm serious. That's more of a kick in the behind for Nakobe Dean to say, listen, dude, if the NFL is about competition. What have you done lately? Like that's that deal.
He just got there.
Listen, he not Mike Singletary neither.
He never will be.
We don't know. But they put them horses behind him to make sure he stay in line, because I'm pretty sure he really thought once they drafted all of them Georgia boys that he was going to be the next up. And they probably just said like, nah, like, listen, at the end of the day, you fit the bill, but can you fit the bill? Like, can you pay the bill?
Well, me personally, I think the Eagles are a little weak up the middle at the linebacker position in the middle and the safety position. They have a guy that's kind of the Blankenship.
Oh, you don't like Reed Blankenship?
No, I don't like it, but they say he got the
We
job.
wanted to keep the other guy, but he just was running his mouth too much. Like, he just think he ain't know how to shut up, dude.
But
kids.
But since the Giants are building it with the great tight ends, we're going to attack you right down the middle.
You say what?
The Giants with their tight ends are going to attack the Philadelphia Eagles right down the middle because they are weak at linebacker.
Now, what time this podcast go off? Because we clearly sleepy.
9 o'clock, technically.
9 o'clock. Dude, wrap it up. Come on, let's go. Let's wrap it up.
Well,
he's sleepy right now.
I'm just fine. I'm just letting you know we're going to attack them right down the middle with the tight ends we got.
Listen, the last tight end that y'all had that was good that I can remember. No, I'm gonna give you 2. What's the kid from Miami that y'all had? The University of Miami.
Shockey.
Okay, I'll give you Shockey because he used to beat the brakes off of B-Dog in coverage. The last good tight end that y'all had probably was Mark Barbaro.
What?
I'm not lying.
Do you know who the Giants have?
Check the stats.
Do you know how the Giants have a tight end right now?
Who is he?
Darren Waller from the Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You know what?
I
forgot. I forgot they traded for him.
He's a problem.
He's going to be a problem.
He is more than a problem.
Waller,
now that he got his mind
right.
I respect that dude, man. You know his backstory? What he been through? Oh my God, man. Substance abuse is a serious thing, man. And that dude I mean, when you sit down and watch this little documentary about himself, man, I'm so glad that he's still here to tell the story because he could be the prime example of how things can go wrong, but it can end up so right because he had to go through the fire. So,
Right.
I mean, I got to give you that. Okay, Darren Waller, I give you that.
Yeah,
All
dog.
right, all right. But I'm still not backing off that the Eagles beat the crap out the 49ers.
Well, anything else, Byron, before we go?
No, I feel good now. Since he said that, so I'm all good now. I can go to
I'm
sleep now.
off. You're right. You're right. You totally completely right. Holidays and weekends, but you're right.
Well, it's good to see Eric again. I guess we'll see more Eric during the season. The Eagles play the Giants towards the end of the season in December and in January. So
back to back.
Save the best for last.
I think we're gonna go 1-1 against these guys. So I mean, the Giants. I respect what the Giants did, and I really like their coach. He's solid. I really like their coach.
Brian
Everybody
Dabble.
else, and Saquon, because he played at Penn State. Other than that, the rest of them guys could go kick rocks.
Oh, man. Oh,
he said it. He said it. Byron,
the rest of the guys go
where's the rebuttal?
Rocks. Pay Saquon. That's all I'm saying. Pay that man.
Oh man, I'm gonna let that one go, man. I'm gonna let it build. I'm gonna let it build up. I'm gonna let it build up.
Kevin, any closing words?
Go Dolphins. Let's see what happens.
Eric, what is the best way to reach you online?
Never. I mean, I just go through Coach Byron. I'm not really all online like that anyway. I've been trying to get back on you guys' show because I really enjoy, the presentation. And you have nothing but great guests on here. People like Kevin, like guys that can tell a real true story. And as well as yourself, you're a great host. And then my guy, my guy Vic, man, I love getting on here, just to banter. So this is one of them great shows, man. And then Coach, I just want to let y'all know, Coach Byron made it to my kids' practice, and man, my son lit up like a Christmas tree when he saw him. So he's
That's
like,
awesome.
Dad, there he is, the old man.
The old man. Hey.
The old man. That's the old man.
It is what it is.
And then slide that in.
It is what it is.
Byron makes things amazing with the show, even on the field and whatnot. And how about you, Mr. Jones? What is the best way to reach you online?
Facebook, that's it. I don't mess with X and all this other stuff. So that's it. Facebook. You call me on the phone, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Or in person.
In person, that's all.
And Kevin, they can reach you through your Gmail, right?
Yeah. Kevin Tyree 1987 at gmail.com. I'm not a big online guy either.
There you go. Keeping things offline like Eric.
Old school.
Old school.
That's why I learned it.
Well,
keep your business your business.
Hey man, here at the Sportscast, you could look us up on X on the Sportscast 1 or Instagram the Sportscast 1, or go to our website thesportscast.net. Listen to Alan's interview last night. This guy named Brian Woods, he's starting a super prep league or prep super league where he's inviting high school players to this league, I guess, for college. But you can, you can check it out if you go to the sportscast.net. And of course, Victor will be back next week. He's in this off-season funk. A little bit. He's traveling all over the world, but we shall see more of NFL preview. We'll find out more after this weekend how the Giants look. Obviously, not many starters, but get to see what you guys have in the bench and see who could potentially be a future star. No guarantees, but which I had to look that up, Byron. Anyone from a practice squad from these preseason games became a star later. I don't know.
Check your phone, Santiago. Look at that picture.
Let me see right here. Kevin Tyree just texted me, and I'm going to see if I can. I think I could post it here.
Hey, Mr. Kevin.
Yes, sir.
Can you text me or send me your email so I can send it to my brother so he could recruit you into the Dolphins? All right.
Santiago, can you send that to him?
Yeah, absolutely. I can send it to Mr. Jones, and
I'll read
then
the relay.
Jones can send it to Eric.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
No, anytime. There's a picture that Kevin sent me. I'm going to show it to you guys
Sure,
from the
sure.
Hall of Fame. A great touch to close it out. A picture of a
Oh,
trophy
wow.
case of Zach Thomas, his jersey, helmet, shoes, and a football, and also his college. Which college did he go to?
In the
Texas
top
Tech.
left right there, you can't
Texas
read
Tech.
it. That was his game. That was his notes for a game that he was preparing for.
And he
That's
has
cool.
the Dallas Cowboys, I think, written there.
I think it's Dallas. Yeah.
Yes,
Dallas, Dallas game.
the Dallas game. Unbelievable.
That's in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Oh, I got to make my way over
Yeah,
there.
you got
man.
to, man. And just take a whole weekend. Don't one day we were there for just before the enshrinement. So we didn't have a lot of time. But you need a whole day, 2 days maybe, just to walk the whole thing and just take it all in. It's awesome, man.
It's special. I know Vic and
Congratulations.
yeah, congratulations. Vic and Byron will be going out when Eli gets inducted.
Yeah, I'll be 192 years old.
Oh God.
Well, there you have it, guys. Jersey Boy Sports Talk. It's been a great show. God bless.
All right, brothers. Be good.
All right.